Hello, Beirut young artists. My name is Marville, Marvelous Beats of MarvBeats.com, and I am an electric violinist and a music producer based in Washington, D.C. of the United States. So, a little bit about my career. I started like pretty much every other violin student, taking private lessons from about the time I was 8 years old. When I got into high school, I started listening to a lot of pop music, a lot of hip-hop music, and I started making beats. I took a little break actually from playing acoustic violin while I was in college, and I got back into it, and I took it out to the streets of DC to play on the streets. I was very fortunate. I got my first electric violin as a gift from my girlfriend, and it was pretty much life-changing. I mean, going from acoustic violin and being able to kind of amplify your violin and do a lot of cool stuff like an electric guitar completely changes the whole dynamic of the instrument. As you can see here, I got three of my some of my favorites that I have in my repertoire. I have a black one, kind of like this standard kind of brown acoustic looking one. Of course, this fancy hollow one here. One thing I will say about electric violins that that's a little tip for you out there. You always want to get the ones that have the 1/4 inch input, kind of like the guitar cable. Kind of like this one here. So it's real nice and thick. Not quite like an auxiliary cable that you use for your iPod or your headphones. And one of the cool things, of course, about an electric violin is that you can connect to effect pedals. So this is my favorite effect pedal here. So with the adaptation of having an electric violin, I mean, you can go from playing, you know, really small sets for a small group of people to amplifying your sound across, you know, stadiums or parks. It just gives you amazing showmanship possibilities. And that's really the reason why I love playing the electric violin. So some violins come with preamps. So preamps basically mean you can control the volume on the actual violin. This one, for example, this brown one here, it has a little bit of an equalizer. Basically, an equalizer allows you to change the frequencies of the sound. So you can take the low rumbles out, you can bring the highs up or bring the highs down. That's pretty awesome to have on an electric violin. Also, another cool feature is some violins actually don't need a battery. This one in particular uses a standard 9-volt square battery. These two violins actually don't need a separate battery power source. As soon as you plug this one in, for example, the 1/4 inch there, as soon as you plug this in, this one's ready to go. And it has a volume knob on the back as well. Electric violins pretty much use standard strings that you use on your acoustic violin. So, you know, the copper cables are perfect for any violin. Of course, you can go premium and it works pretty much the same. Just string it up, you're ready to go. There's not really any difference to how you play the violin. But, you know, once you get your violin hooked up to an effect pedal and you have things like delay and reverb, then you'll kind of adjust your playing style accordingly. The great thing about electric violins now in this contemporary era is, you know, back when I was growing up in the early 2000s, electric violins were super expensive. The great thing now is you have violins ranging from, you know, 100 US all the way up to maybe 2,000 US, which is great because anybody at any level can get into playing an electric violin. Again, this is Marville, aka Marvelous Beats of MarvBeats.com, signing out, and I will see you all when you go electric.